Bureaucracy arose because rulers could not govern large territories themselves. They needed people to collect revenue, maintain records, transmit orders, and report what was happening hundreds of miles away. Information traveled through officials, so officials became indispensable. The modern state inherited this structure and eventually turned the bureaucrat into a permanent professional. Technology is beginning to remove the conditions that created that system. Pakistan should therefore consider a more fundamental question than civil service reform. Does the state still need a permanent bureaucratic class? We recruit some of our brightest young people through CSS and then make a strange assumption. Because someone defeated thousands of candidates at 25, we treat him as managerial talent for the next 35 years. Competition establishes entry. Thereafter, the career is largely protected. Failure seldom means exit. It usually means transfer. Job security was supposed to protect institutions from political interference. Instead, we ended up protecting individuals and assuming that institutions would somehow benefit. Reverse the principle. Protect institutions, not individuals. FBR must be permanent. The tax officer need not be. The Foreign Office must survive every government. Every diplomat does not require a guaranteed career. District administration must remain. No cadre needs permanent ownership of it. Ministries need continuity of law, records, and policy, not permanent possession by particular services. This was difficult to imagine 20 years ago. It is increasingly possible because technology can provide much of the continuity previously supplied by permanent officials. Digital government can preserve every decision, precedent, transaction, and policy trail. AI can retrieve institutional history, examine contracts, process routine approvals, detect unusual transactions, monitor projects, and provide decision support. Much of the middle bureaucracy exists because information has traditionally had to move vertically through human beings. That requirement is disappearing. Government can instead become a competitive professional market. Hire people for capabilities, not cadres. Energy professionals for energy, tax specialists for revenue, bankers and economists for finance, technology professionals for digital government, regional specialists and negotiators for diplomacy, public managers for administration. They may serve 3 years or 30. The state guarantees neither. Performance creates the career. People should also move freely between government, universities, think tanks, and business. That circulation should become part of the system rather than being treated as an exception. A professional who spends 5 years outside government may return more useful than someone who has spent those 5 years moving between government postings. This also allows us to acknowledge something our present system pretends does not exist. Political governments need trusted teams. Every major political party already has bureaucrats, economists, businessmen, academics, and former officials sympathetic to it. Formalize this intellectual ecosystem. Parties should develop genuine shadow governments. Their finance, foreign policy, energy, education, and technology teams should work even while in opposition. They should publish alternatives, challenge government policy, and prepare to govern. When their party wins, qualified members can enter government. When it loses, they return to universities, professions, and think tanks and form part of the opposition's policy machinery. Political loyalty is not necessarily the problem. Incompetent loyalty is. The elected leadership should be allowed to choose its senior team, but from professionally qualified candidates. Merit determines who can compete. Political leadership determines who gets the assignment. Performance determines who stays. The greatest obstacle will be the existing bureaucracy itself. Cadres have developed powerful collective interests around posts, promotions, and privileges. Asking them to dismantle their own monopoly is unrealistic. So don't. Let the existing bureaucracy continue under protected accrued terms. But progressively stop reserving future positions for it. Open posts to competition. Recruit specialists directly. Digitize functions. Use AI to eliminate layers whose principal function is processing information. Reduce intake into permanent cadres. Let retirement steadily shrink the old structure. Existing bureaucrats would remain free to compete in the new system. The good ones might actually rise faster. What disappears is not the bureaucrat, but his entitlement to the next job. Pakistan would eventually have permanent institutions drawing continuously from a wider pool of professionals rather than depending on closed career cadres. Institutional knowledge would remain with the state through its systems, records, and technology, while political governments would have greater freedom to assemble competent teams around their mandates. Governments will come and go, as will the people who serve them. What must endure is the capacity of the state. That is the idea behind the state after bureaucracy.